Alright, it's only me. Well, it's only me and the dog. No, hang on, he's just buggered off. I just come on tonight because I'm going to do what I usually do with these box sets that I get with the unboxing of them. Was I do them on live on here, and then I rip them off and I put the what was live version on YouTube because they gangbuster numbers over there. So it's always fun doing them live because then there's that way you can't start and stop. You just need to keep going if things have went all mucked up. No, hang on, the dog's back. The dog is back. He's just been. Was you too warm? You just went and lie on the floor. I think he's just too warm. It's been a long day for dogs, but it's been a long day for everybody. So I was going to do this tomorrow, but then I thought, nah, bugger it, I'll open these. What it is Black Sabbath's Deluxe Edition box sets, which when they came out, as I think Paranoid's been out for about 2 years, I'm not going to spend ages on these because these aren't like new. But when these come out, they were like stupidly dear. I think these were like 80 odd quid each, which was totally, I'm no paying that for that. So they come down quite a lot, and Helen's mum figured that I'm into Black Sabbath, and they were kind of asking what I might want for Christmas, and the Paranoid one had come down to about, I don't know, about 30 quid or something. And the volume 4 one was kind of maybe a wee bit dearer, but Ken says maybe worth getting. But kind of I've got just about everything anyway. Ken says it's always hard for me to think what I want for Christmas, so I just went for these. So I'm going to unbox them, and we'll have a wee look at what's in them and can react, because I haven't actually checked out what is in these. So the Paranoid one's like a 4-discer, which I think is the album remastered, and then like I think it might be a quad mix as a second disc, and then 2 bootlegs that I think have been cleaned up for the early Sabbath days, and I think it's stuff that they used on for the past lives stuff. So if we look and see what we've got inside there, there's a nice wee sticker there on the box, which I'll probably quite carefully peel off and put it on the front. But I've got there 2 of these. I've got the Sabotage and the Technical Ecstasy ones, which I got when they came down in price. So I feel as if I've fleeced Black Sabbath, and I've got a couple of bob back after them, because I mean they're just too dear. Ken Jethro Tull brings out whatever, Ken, 6 discs with a book and everything attached to it, and Ken DVDs and stuff, and you get the whole package for like 35 quid. UFO, Ken, the Strangers in the Night thing, it came out there, Ken, 8 concerts in a box, all the stuff they recorded Strangers in the Night, 40 quid. Black Sabbath box with hardly bugger all in it, which I don't think there is bugger all much exists with Black Sabbath, Ken. Why cost you a fortune? What you get with this is one of these Ladybird books, which Ken, the rest of them have had these look quite nice. Lots of pictures in there, Ken, paraphernalia, Ken, just the story of how they made the album. And Ken, Paranoid, what can you say about it as an album, Ken? Overplayed now. Folk with that, Ken, there's an argument there to say that it's Black Sabbath's best album. Ken, there's Paranoid's on it, Iron Man, War Pigs, Ken, Electric Funeral, Ken, just that many good Black Sabbath songs. Ken, there's a Ladybird book there, which is quite nice. What else we got here? This looks like a replica tour programme, which when I'm saying replica tour programme, I'm pretty sure that wasn't the size of it when you went to a concert in the early 70s here. And what's this? Looks like a poster of some kind, maybe. I think it is. A big poster there, Black Sabbath. Yeah, look nice that in a frame probably, but not going to happen in my house. Or no way hell would have that. And then what we've got here, that's quite nice, is a wee gatefold replica, which I've already got one of these, a gatefold replica, because I've got that box that's got the 8 Aussie albums in it up the stair. But Ken, Paranoid, great. Ken, still a bit of a silly cover. The album was meant to be called War Pigs originally, that's why the wee guy with the sword and that. And then this is... Aye, it's good, it's a quad mix. The quad mix of that. So I'm thinking... I don't know if that's a... It's just a CD. So it's no like... You can't play it in your... Well, you can play it in DVD player, but you'll not get the 4-1 channel mix. So, not really bothered about that. This is Black Sabbath live in Montreal, 1970. We can pretty much fresh stuff that they were playing after this Paranoid album here. And then the same for this show in Brussels, which is slightly longer with an extra couple of songs, but Ken, same idea. Ken, long forgotten Black Sabbath songs like Hand of Doom, Ken, which would go into Ken get forgotten about behind songs like I was saying, Ken, War Pigs, Fairies Wear Boots. But Ken, these are towering heavy metal tracks. So that's a Paranoid one, which Ken, definitely no worth 80 quid. Ken, maybe to fanatics. Well, I'm a fanatic, but Ken, no rich fanatic. Not got that much money that want to fling it away. So that's the Paranoid one. No bad, Ken, if you get that for about 30 quid. Or Ken, if you maybe get some vouchers or that for your record token, as it used to be back in the day for your Christmas. Maybe get hold of that. This one, when this was coming out, I was really interested in getting this one because Ken, it's always hard to pick out your favourite Black Sabbath album, but Ken, Volume 4, pretty high up. This, you got the first 3 which were produced by Roger Bain, Ken, your Black Sabbath, Paranoid and Master of Reality. But then Volume 4, no produced by Roger Bain, the band produced it themselves with a stoner kind of, Ken, what would later go on in the 90s to be called like a kind of stoner rock. Ken, this is a stoner rock pioneer album with some really good, Ken, deep heavy cuts. Where are you going? The dog's just bugging off, man. I think he's sick of listening to me talking to myself about Black Sabbath. So we'll open this one and see what's in it. But Ken, like I says, when I heard this was coming out, it was like, oof, that'll be good. But then it was like 80 quid. I think it might have been even dearer than that. It might have been like near 90 quid. And it was like, no, it's not happening. Especially when I saw what was on it, Ken, which I'm going to tell you about in a minute. But we'll have a wee look what's inside it first. There you go, Ken. The Paranoid one's like a straight reproduction of the Paranoid album cover. This one's slightly different, which is that's what the original cover was there on the book, and they've kind of changed it a wee bit to an actual photo of Ozzy rather than this kind of cartoony rendering of it. But anyhow, cracking on, the Ladybird book again. I'm actually quite looking forward to reading this because Black Sabbath for Volume 4 is one of the kind of mysterious times in Black Sabbath's career, and I think it was because they're not on the dope, because there's a thing on the album that says, Ken, thanks to the great Coke cola company America, which is actually a kind of thinly veiled thing talking about cocaine, which is also, I think, Ken, when you're talking about Snowblind, song on this about cocaine, Ken, it says memorabilia and that, pictures single covers and stuff. So Ken, great album, Ken. Some of my favourite Black Sabbath songs are on that, Ken, like Wheels of Confusion, Ken. Nobody ever talks about Wheels of Confusion, never gets played live, but I think it's because it was probably just too tough to pull off as a 4-piece band live. Either that or Ozzy can't sing it, or whatever, Ken. The wee book says, Ken, I've got to read that later on. That's what I was going to do. I was going to do this video tomorrow, but I was like, nah, then I can't like listen or read any of this stuff tonight. And there's this one's poster, which is a negative shot, Snowblind. It says on the bottom, ice hot till hell freezes over on Warner's. That's staying in the box, that's no going anywhere. But then we get in, that's all there is. There's no backstage passes or plectrums or bugger all. You're trying to charge 90 quid for what you get here. We've got a reproduction here. What are the original album, which is kind of crap because again they've changed the actual cover there. They've used a different picture of Ozzy Osbourne, and in the middle of the gatefold of the original one was a couple of pictures, and there was a middle sleeve thing come out here. So this is actually quite a crap reproduction. Hopefully the remaster will be pretty good and worth listening to, but we'll go on at that later. Now, getting on to the bonus 3 discs here, which is where the problems are. What we've got here is a disc called New Mixes, which I think will be Stephen Wilson for Porcupine Tree, who's done great work with Jethro Tull, Yes, King Crimson, Ken Remix and all these things. But the problem seems to be here that I don't think they could find the tapes, because they've only got like 6 songs here remixed. So it's not the whole album. So again, be interesting to hear, but a bit pointless. And again, if it's only 6 songs on a disc, which is even more the point when we get to the next disc, which is some outtake stuff, which again you're like, oh, outtakes, great, that could be good. It could be good until you find out that there's 5 different versions of Wheels of Confusion. Somebody uploaded this disc onto YouTube, and it's like 5 different versions of Wheels of Confusion, none of which have got the completed lyrics. It's all Ozzy wailing, what the melody is, but just meh, so it's really hard to enjoy. And outtakes of these kind of things are either they're interesting to hear once or twice, but you don't really bother them that much, and that's 11 songs. So what you've got here with this disc and this disc is like 17 songs. So all of that could have fitted on the one disc. So points off for that. And they've been taking tips for Jimmy Page's Led Zeppelin Coda shenanigans with getting 2 discs out of stuff that would easily fit on one disc. This could be quite interesting. This is the last disc, the live disc that comes with this one. We've all heard it before. This was the 1980 dodgy Black Sabbath album, Live at Last, which they went back to the tapes and used again for the Past Lives live album that came out, along with the stuff that's on the Paranoid box set and the live stuff that's in the Sabotage box set. So I can get rid of that now because I've got the full concerts, all these other things. Don't actually need the Past Lives album anymore. But apparently they've went back and found a different source of the original tapes. The write-ups, although I haven't actually heard it yet, the write-ups have been that this is actually really good and it's the best that it's ever sounded. So for to hear Black Sabbath live in 1973, playing stuff like Tomorrow's Dream and stuff, if they've actually done a good job of this, then I'm looking forward to hearing that. So that's the 4-disc version of this. So I'll put all that back in there. And what I've got one more thing as a bonus here, because Helen's Monfield pure ken that I'm pure into Black Sabbath. So they also got me this as the latest reissue of Mob Rules album, which I'm going to open because I haven't opened any of this stuff, can I see? When you're young, you get up at 4 o'clock in the morning or whatever, or you're sitting at 11 o'clock on Christmas Eve and open all your presents. When you get older, you're just like, I'll open them later. Again, who cares? Mob Rules, second album with Ronnie Dio, great heavy metal album. At the time it was seen as just not as good as Heaven and Hell, which came before it, but I don't agree. I think it's equal, and same with Dehumanizer, which come 10 years after this. The Ronnie Dio albums with Black Sabbath, they just work really good together. Ronnie Dio and Tony Iommi and that. So it was good, this. The big selling point on this one, which is why I didn't get the new Heaven and Hell, which was also come out at the same time, because it only parts of the show for Hartford, Connecticut in 1980 with Bill Ward on the drums. If they'd had the whole show, I'd have probably bought it, but it was just the same old crap, the 2 or 3 pickouts, so I didn't bother getting that. I got this one because this one's got like a Satan disc, which is an unreleased show for Portland in America. We're on a deal in 1982, which I've heard already. And the thing about it is, whoever mixed it has put Jeff Nichols' keyboards up far too loud, his organs far too loud, so it makes them sound a bit like Deep Purple at times. But again, Mob Rules, really, really good. Again, Sign of the Southern Cross, Voodoo, great songs. Again, Mob Rules, played Mob Rules many times with Upshot. Again, good song. So anyway, that was Christmas 2022's Black Sabbath. And I always seem to get something by Black Sabbath for Christmas. It's really odd. But anywho, I'm going to go now that I've opened all this and go and listen to this stuff. So enjoy the rest of the Christmas night. You want to say anything?
What?
No, she doesn't want to say anything. But she's going to enjoy this Black Sabbath as well.
Oh aye, whatever, Eric.
No, you
Like
are.
a hole in my head.
Like a hole in the head?
Aye, Eric, I'm dropping stuff now, thanks.
No, don't be like that, man. So anyway, I'm out of here. Thanks very much. What? What?
Ring the socket.
Aye. Thanks very much for watching, and keep on listening to Black Sabbath, or whatever. So I'm going to bugger off, because the dog's knacked, man. Hey, Quan, are you knacked? He is. Right, thanks very much, I'll see you later. Ta-ta.